last field of hay, so our last bit of stress for this year, all being rowed up nicely, trying to dodge any black clouds, which I'm sure you can sort of see in the background, but they seem to be pretty much holding off. So yeah, one of the final jobs for me is getting it all rowed after we've got it all turned, waiting for the baler, and then waiting for Dad to stack. And then tomorrow morning's job is getting all of these bales wrapped so that we can have our lovely wrapped dust-free, or as free as possible, wrapped hay for the track horses. So we've got the contract baler in, who is baling ahead of me. I'm busy rowing up, and Dad, I'm trying to drive a tractor at the same time, Dad is stacking the bales into threes to put on his trailer so we can get them back up to the farm so we can wrap them in the morning. So getting hay made for the year really is a lot of teamwork, so the whole teamwork makes the dream work. So these are all my rows, all my bales, all things like that. So I thought I'd do a little video so you can see. So we row up all the hay so it makes it all nice and fluffy. And as you can see, we've got still a bit of wet in it. A lot of the grass is dead. You can see some of the different varieties of grass, so that's a bit of Timothy in there. This field was a bit of a surprise. Usually it matures later and is a much slower maturing field. But when we cut it, we realised there was a lot of fresh regrowth. So these green bits are all grass that has regrown. It's died off and then it's grown again. So sadly that's going to push our sugar and protein levels up this year. But because we've oversown it with Timothy previously, sorry, baler's just coming past, so it'll be a bit noisy. Hopefully the extra Timothy will keep that protein level and that sugar level just a bit lower, and that will help us out for our EMS horses and things like that. So this is the problem with making hay, is you're constantly guessing as to what sort of product you're going to get, and unless you test, you haven't got a clue, or unless you can talk to your farmer and you've got a really good relationship with them. Again, baler going past, so you might get to see a bale popping out in a second. There we go, falls off the back of the baler. So these are our bales, and they'll get wrapped in the morning once they've been stored in the shed overnight, and I'll try and do a video on wrapping. So here we are, wrapping and stacking. Another year's hay all made. So even though we're only stacking the hay for less than 24 hours, we still put everything on pallets, because you'd be amazed at how much moisture, even from a dry, dusty floor, the bales can soak up. So anytime we're stacking hay or straw, it all goes on pallets just to keep the base of the bales all nice and dry.